Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. If you enjoy the stories shared on this channel, please consider subscribing. Your support inspires me to keep telling these stories. Thank you for being here. Now let's begin. I never planned to fall for someone who already belonged to someone else. What began as a careless moment, one that should have faded as quickly as it appeared, grew into something that shattered 2 marriages, including my own. Now, whenever I see him online, arm wrapped around his new wife, her smile effortless and certain, it feels like my chest caves in all over again. It wasn't always this way. When I first met Nathan, cheating wasn't on my mind. I wasn't even miserable in my marriage. My husband, Peter, was steady and dependable. He fixed broken things without complaint, remembered the little routines, brought me coffee before I asked. He loved me deeply. But somewhere along the way the spark faded, and instead of facing that truth I chose avoidance. Nathan was everything Peter wasn't. Confident, reckless, charismatic. We worked in the same office building, just on different floors. We met when an elevator malfunctioned and trapped us together for 10 minutes. 10 minutes that quietly rewrote my life. He was charming and fearless with his words, made me laugh in ways I hadn't in years. By the time the doors opened, his number was already in my phone. At first, our messages were harmless, jokes, memes, casual flirting that felt innocent enough. Then one evening, after a pointless argument with Peter about something trivial, I called Nathan. He told me to come over. I remember standing in his doorway, rain-soaked, makeup smeared, feeling fragile and exposed. He looked at me like I was irresistible chaos. And I didn't stop him when he kissed me. That was the moment everything began to fall apart. The affair lasted almost a year. Months of secrecy, deception, and excitement that only later gave way to crushing guilt. Nathan claimed he and his wife were essentially over, that they were emotionally disconnected even if they still lived together. I clung to that story because believing it meant I wasn't just someone's secret. Eventually, Peter discovered the truth. I had been careless, emails I forgot to erase. He confronted me in our kitchen, his hands trembling, his face drained of color. When he asked how long it had been going on, I told him everything. He left without saying another word. I thought that meant Nathan and I could finally be together. I thought I had chosen love. Instead, he disappeared. 2 weeks of silence. Then a message, "I need space." I didn't expect things to go this far. That's when reality hit. Nathan hadn't been honest, not even close. His wife, Elena, knew nothing. They were still together, even planning a vow renewal. I wasn't special. I was an escape. I confronted him in the office parking garage, desperate for answers. He acted irritated, embarrassed, told me I was overreacting. "It's complicated," he kept repeating. Then he ended it, told me to stay away, said he needed to repair his marriage. My life unraveled. My marriage was over. The man I destroyed it for walked away untouched. I was left alone, carrying all the blame. I moved out, found a small apartment, started therapy, tried to rebuild something resembling a life. But the pain followed me. 6 months later, I learned Nathan had married again. Not Elena, but another woman. Her name is Riley. She's young, gentle-looking, and from what I've pieced together, they met at a gym he joined after his divorce. I know this because I still check his social media, even though it hurts every time. They had a beach wedding. She was barefoot, glowing, staring at him like he was her future. And he looked reborn, as if he'd been given a fresh start while I was still standing in ashes. Peter never reached out again. I heard through others that he moved away, started over, and found someone new. I hope she gives him the love I threw away. Some days I function just fine. I work, laugh, flirt a little, pretend I'm okay. Then something small pulls me back. A familiar scent, a song, a photo of Nathan and Riley living the life I imagined. And the shame comes rushing back. I tell myself I was unhappy before Nathan entered my life. That my marriage was already failing. But deep down I know better. I made every choice that led me here. No one forced me into that elevator. No one made me send those messages. I destroyed my own world for someone who wouldn't even stand beside me in the ruins. I wonder sometimes if Nathan ever thinks of me. If he feels remorse. If Riley knows who he truly is. Part of me hopes she never finds out. No one deserves that kind of betrayal. Another part of me believes consequences always arrive eventually. I'm not proud of who I became. I don't expect forgiveness or sympathy. For a long time I thought this story would stay buried, too shameful to share. But maybe someone needs to hear it. Maybe someone standing on the edge of a similar decision needs to see where it leads. It doesn't end in passion or romance. It ends in silence. In unanswered questions. In watching a life you'll never have play out through a screen. I regret my affair every single day, especially when I see him smiling beside someone new. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.